be the best, simple and plain. That's why I play the game. To be the best, you have to win. And that's what drives me.
He's the best player in the game. It's just that simple.
Yo, what it do, good people? We is back with another vid. This is a crazy story because I still don't understand how is this possible, but let's tap into it. This is the latest update.
News alert: Louisiana State Police capturing the fourth of the 10 inmates who broke out of a New Orleans jail earlier Friday morning. The attempted murder suspect reportedly found inside an abandoned house.
And as the manhunt for 6 others continues, the DA says some of his staff and his family members are in hiding.
Yeah.
Like, what were they expecting? Escaping? Where was y'all gonna go? And this man is a murderer. Like, come on now. I don't be understanding these YNs. You could tell these motherfuckers young.
Who wouldn't? Nate Foy is live in New Orleans with the latest. Nate, you see anybody running around?
Haven't seen anybody running around quite yet, but yeah, it's day 5 of this search, and every single day that nobody is hurt from any of these fugitives is a blessing, because these are dangerous men charged with murder, aggravated assault, and domestic battery. So we know, as you mentioned, progress is being made with an arrest last night, but still 6 of the 10 fugitives remain on the loose. Take a look at Gary Price. He is the most recent fugitive to be arrested. Actually,
you look at this dummy. Big dummy. What did they expect? Y'all couldn't go nowhere once y'all escaped. Y'all face going to be all over the news. All over the news. Every station. Big dummy.
First one to be taken into custody since the first 24 hours of this search. Price is charged with first-degree murder. He was being held without bond awaiting his trial, and he'll now be taken to a state facility outside of New Orleans. As I mentioned, he's the first one arrested since Friday. Take a look at the map where the other 3 were found, all pretty close proximity within New Orleans, and a source close to the investigation tells me that authorities believe the remaining inmates are also still in the city, and that's...
Let's see, hold on. See, I told you, Gary Price, 21. They all YNs. They are stupid. These ones right here is all YNs. And y'all stupid. Like, come on, man. For murder, I guess he said he had to skedaddle, but you ain't. My thing is, you should have expected to get caught because your face would be everywhere. And now it's over for you. Judge about to give you that. Get him out of here.
Not good news for the people who prosecuted their cases.
I am personally afraid, not just for myself, but for my lawyers who tried the case against the individual twice. We were asking for a life sentence of this man.
Wait a minute. This nigga got the lawyers scared. Hold on.
Not just for myself, but for my lawyers who tried the case against the individual twice. We were asking for a life sentence of this man. And he is now at large. 2 of the lawyers who I tried that case with, who successfully went forward, able to get a conviction on that case. These lawyers got out of town this weekend with their families.
So he wanted them. That little nigga, he wanted them. Shit.
Yeah, so people who prosecuted cases leaving town, also the family members and friends of former victims also leaving town, concerned with what these fugitives might do. Take a look at this. So the 10 guys broke out of the jail using a hole in the wall behind a toilet. You can see right above that hole, they taunted officers, writing, quote, "Too easy, LOL." They then ran off from a loading dock area and crossed the highway. The Orleans Parish Sheriff said it's believed the inmates received help from someone inside the jail. 3 jail employees are suspended pending an investigation. Now,
you can't tell me that wasn't no inside job. That was an inside job. But the 4 of them is YNs. Yeah, them some young niggas. That's why they got caught first.
Louisiana State Police are warning friends and family of these fugitives that if they assist them and help them evade law enforcement, that they too will be held responsible. A source close to the investigation tells me they believe that they're getting good information, that they have good intelligence on these fugitives, but so far for the remaining 6, the timing has been off. So he made it seem that they've come close to arresting the 6 remaining fugitives. It just hasn't happened yet.
You know what's so amazing, Nate, is They found out that they left at 1 a.m. When they got up the next day, they found out they weren't there. They looked back at the tape and they said, well, at 1 o'clock they got out. But they didn't know until 8 hours later, and they looked at the tape. The question is, does anyone at the jail look at the surveillance cameras?
Is anybody in the jail? That's what I'm trying to figure out, is actually securing the jail. Because how the hell they get away that it took time for them to do that? How ain't nobody hear that noise? None of that. Like, ain't nobody see them
Working.
In real time?
So normally they do, Brian, and the person who was supposed to be doing that took a break to eat some food. So,
yeah, that was set up. That was a setup.
so that was the first major security lapse here. Also, these inmates, some of the most dangerous inmates in this facility, were on the first floor. They're supposed to be held up on higher floors. Prior to that, there was a request from this facility to fix some doors that apparently you can knock the door off the track, and that is what the inmates did to get into that cell, where they were able to dig that hole behind the toilet, which ultimately facilitated their escape. So there are multiple layers of security failures that ultimately led to this escape, and now the priority is making sure that they catch the 6 remaining fugitives who are still out there.
It's unbelievable.
All right. Thank you so
Thanks,
much,
Nate.
Nate. Also,
For them to allow that to happen, yeah, there about to be a lot of people getting fired. A lot of people about to get fired. These guys got the lawyers scared. It's a mass murderer out right now. Well, not a mass murderer. He's a murderer. And he got the damn lawyers scared. The lawyers and the attorney that
also it is law in that area that you have to notify the media within minutes of knowing there have been inmates that have escaped. And they didn't do that. It took them hours to alert the media. One of the, was it the district attorney, the one who said he's afraid, the DA, Jason Williams, said he learned about it on the media, through the media.
They didn't notify the DA. They didn't even notify the victims as well. And it's like, is anybody working there?
The DA had to do that.
Why are they in that type of prison? It's a minimum.
Exactly.
It's a
They should be in the
holding
state. They should be in the state prison. Number 2, are y'all not doing sweeps? Did you not? I mean, it takes a while
7 to 8 hours
to be able to, get that off the hinges there. Y'all didn't check
and
that.
it probably made a lot of noise when they're pulling
just said that all that damn noise they was making, and ain't nobody hear that shit.
that door. That had to be making a lot of
And
noise.
why do you have people in a prison where the doors can be knocked off the hinges, where anybody can get inside of the door? So if other inmates want to let other people out, they can do that as well. It's just stupid.
Look,
That's where I was this weekend in New Orleans.
And, that's right,
yeah.
Brian.
So I saw.
These are murderers, and they was easily able to get up out of there. And they laughed at them once they did it.
Oh, and by the way, 2 of them, there's video in the French Quarter.
Right.
They're in the French Quarter on Saturday. So they know the hot clubs and bars to go to, and they stuck around. So now they're smart enough to get out, but they're not smart enough to stay out. I mean, why would you, if you are a criminal, why would you stay in New Orleans? And yet they stayed in town.
Well, he's trying to avoid the camera. I've done a lot of reporting in New Orleans, and they have this surveillance program because the crime it was almost a murder capital, I think, 2 years ago. And so all the local businesses installed these cameras that the police now have access to. So he's trying to avoid these cameras. But, I mean, think about the brazenness. You're in the French Quarter, the most populated area right there. All the tourist attraction and all that.
That's how you know he's a YN. Only young niggas think like that. He wasn't even thinking. This nigga just was glad to be out. But look at him trying to avoid the cameras with the hoodie on.
Right. And you think it's just okay?
So the first 3 were found in a parking lot in the French Quarter. The other 2 on the street. Police transported those 3 out of New Orleans on a secured helicopter flight on Saturday. Then they took them to a secure state correctional facility. 4th guy, who Nate was just telling us about, Gary C. Price, will ultimately be transferred to a secure state facility outside of the area. Police say there's a task force there now of more than 200 law enforcement from local up to the national level. They're working around the clock, they say, to help locate the remaining ones.
You got some folks that's still out there, as Ainsley noted. Derek Groves, he's convicted of multiple murders, connection with the killing of 2 people during the Mardi Gras in 2018. He's awaiting sentencing on a manslaughter charge since October 2024.
Convicted of multiple murders, conviction with the killing of 2 people in 2018. These are all guys with murders, damn near. He threatened a police officer charged with 2nd-degree murder, and they was easily able to break out of a prison like that. Somebody getting fired.
Linton Van Bergen, arrested in 2021 for a second-degree murder and armed robbery. You got Leo Tate sentenced to a federal court for felony possession of a firearm, burglary, theft, murder vehicle. So these aren't, some upstanding
They're
citizens
serious
here.
violent criminals.
Right. I mean,
First of all they ass look crazy, but just for them to be able to do what they did, yeah, somebody getting fired. These are all damn near murderers, even if it's second degree.
cops are underpaid. They're understaffed. And as far as I know, they're not led by anyone competent. And then it looks like the mayor is just overrun with corruption down there.
That's right.
Nonstop, evidently alleged some type of affair with a member of law enforcement. But let's listen to what the governor, Jeff Landry, had to say yesterday. He's as outraged as you are.
I think if you look at the criminal justice system as a whole in New Orleans, you will see the problem. Several years ago, George Soros came over to New Orleans like Santa Claus and unpacked the district attorney, 6 judges, and a sheriff. And this is what progressive criminal justice system looks like, Sandra. This is what happens when those people promise that to keep criminals out of jail. Sadly, you get 10 of the most dangerous inmates that are in jail in Louisiana, they get to escape.
I mean, he's so right. And he used to be a cop.
I heard him say George Soros.
He understands the problem better than anyone. And you know, I said it just a couple of years ago, it used to be the murder capital world, and the DA still didn't do anything. The mayor still didn't do anything. That's why a lot of us, when the terrorist attack happened in New Orleans, it was the prime location because they had demonized the cops and they weren't enforcing the laws on the
those
books.
roadblocks were in their possession and they didn't use them.
Well, the system is clearly.
So it's a jailbreak straight out of a movie. 7 inmates still on the run after escaping a jail in New Orleans. Surveillance video now showing the 10 inmates right here running out of the jail on Friday after squeezing through a hole behind a toilet. Now we have this new surveillance video footage right here. Check this out. It shows, appears to show 2 of the prison escapees walking in New Orleans through the French Quarter in plain clothing with their heads down on Friday morning. One of the prisoners shown in the video is actually arrested shortly after this video was taken. The other inmate is seen on the footage. Well, he's still at large. Joining me now is our Faith Abube, who's...
Why would y'all be together? That's the stupid thing. Y'all go y'all separate ways. That was dumb.
All right, look at the big wall and the guys who broke out of the big house. The manhunt underway after several violent prisoners, including accused murderers and attempted murderers who escaped from a Louisiana jail last Friday. This is the video of the moment they busted out. Police have arrested 3 of the 10 men in the New Orleans area. That happened on Friday night, and they sent them back to lockup. There were a number of security failures, but the New Orleans sheriff says this may have been an inside job.
We do acknowledge there is no way people can get out of this facility without there being some type of lapse in security. There's no way. It's almost impossible, not completely, but almost impossible for anybody to get out of this facility without help from the outside.
Oh, inside and outside. We're also learning the fugitives broke out through a hole they created in a wall hidden behind a jail cell toilet. Sounds like a movie. And they left a message written on the wall, "Too easy, LOL." Like, for the big easy. Okay. Some of the 7 remaining inmates, here we go, from the big house. Here they are. The big inmates are facing murder charges. Others are facing charges for violent crimes, such as aggravated assault and domestic abuse. Meanwhile, there are questions over why the jail authorities did not follow state law and immediately alert the public. It took hours for word to reach the public. Kaylee.
Yeah, what's crazy to me is the timing of this. So there were apparently faulty locks, and they had been flagged previously that these locks were not working. The lock was breached at 12:23. These guys get out at 1:01 a.m. They do not notice they are gone until 8:30 a.m. Okay, I have 2 toddlers, not to be compared to 10 inmates, but I can tell you if one of them breached my doorway, it wouldn't take me 7 hours to figure it out. So do you not have Ring cameras in the very least? What is going on?
Okay, I will never forget the disclaimer that you just used on toddler children.
Yes.
And that's the big question. Where was everybody at during this time? Why wasn't no officers, more than one officer on duty? They trying to say the officer went and got something to eat. Why wasn't there more than one officer watching these inmates? But I can tell you one thing, a lot of people ain't trying to be correctional officers. That's a dangerous job. I don't see how they do it.
Will stick with me forever. Guy.
Well, it seems pretty scandalous that this was allowed to happen, and it sounds like maybe they had help, and we'll wait on that until we get more details.
And potentially still have it.
Totally, because here's the thing. And we have the map up here, or at least the big board. 3 of the 10 have been captured. You can do the math. The majority of them are still on the loose. We covered this story on Fox and Friends Weekend. These guys have been out there free for quite some time. Yeah. Who knows where they are at this point? And the fact that these were very serious criminals accused of the most serious crimes, how were they not under more significant lock and key? How is the security so weak at a place like this? That's another, I think, public safety concern moving forward.
Well, and have they, and I mean this in all seriousness, have they taken a look at the infrastructure, the construction of the bathroom toilet areas where these guys supposedly bore a hole and tunneled their way out? I mean,
so now they got to reconstruct the whole thing because they could do that in another room. I mean, another, you know what I'm saying, cell. But we're going to move over to TikTok real quick, y'all. We're going to stop. We're going to move over to TikTok. Give me 1 second, y'all. Like this nigga on, I can't put the sound, y'all, because I ain't trying to get copyright straight. But they didn't caught this man sleep at the bus stop. So you escape just to end up out there. Like, come on, man, bro. You might well stay your ass in there. You could have slept all you wanted. At least he's still sleeping on the same hard-ass bench just like the inside. It's hard on that motherfucker, too. That's crazy.
Oh, the arrest of one of the fugitives, Gary Price. Look at the top left part of your screen. He's charged with first-degree murder. He was captured in a part of town called New Orleans East. He escaped while awaiting trial, but now he's back in custody and headed to a secure state facility.
What is idiots, bro?
So bitch,
like, why they gotta pay?
The search for 7 escaped inmates is still going on in Louisiana.
These motherfuckers play music with everything. Jermaine Dunham arrested. Parlay's fucked up. What the hell? These guys is crazy.
The sheriff's office says the prisoners removed a toilet in this cell and cut a hole in the thin wall they could crawl through. The inmates scrawled obscene messages for the guards. One was misspelled too easy. Sheriff Susan Hudson.
They were still able to exit the jail about 1:01 a.m. After breaching a wall behind a toilet in the jail. They were seen exiting a...
This is crazy.
7 down, 3 more to go.
Oh, you motherfuckers. Okay. All right. I'm putting cases on all you bitches.
7.
Man, internet is crazy. But you could tell these are all YNs, man. Majority of them.
So this is one of the inmates that broke out of...
Authorities are looking for...
So this is one of the inmates that broke out of prison in New Orleans. If y'all haven't seen the first video I made about this situation, check my TikTok, go there, watch the video. He literally got caught the first day that they broke out of jail. Peep the fit. Look at the fit. So far in New Orleans, they caught 3 out of the 10 people. They still looking for 7 more people. But this guy right here, he's special. Let me tell you why.
Damn.
This dude decides to go back home right after he escaped from prison. And New Orleans is low-key disrespectful. I don't even know if y'all peep, but look, they posted up, took a picture with him, like they proud to get him back in that prison system. Look at the look. They happy as hell. You can tell bro is pissed. He's sad as hell that he got caught. And he put like, bro, what? First thing you're supposed to do when you break out and you want to run is run, bro. You're not supposed to go back home and chill. This man went back to the address that they got on file on his ID where he resides. Why would you? What? We got some people in the world that just don't think, and they are proud. They're proud to capture his ass. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comments.
Idiot, bro. Like, what's wrong with him? You can tell he was a YN, though. It's crazy, man.
We have an update on breaking news we're following out of New Orleans. One inmate has now been captured in the French Quarter after 11 inmates escaped the Orleans Parish Justice Center this morning. Kelly Beeson continues to follow this for us and is live in the newsroom with the very latest.
Yes, and the very latest in this case, Nicole, is troopers posting this to X. This was just moments ago that they have, in fact, located escapee Kendall Miles in the French Quarter, as you reported this morning.
Dummy. You just walking around. Just walking around. He ain't know where to go. Stupid ass.
Oh, man. They just caught a bug, that gas in the east. The other nigga on the run. Broke out jail. Just caught his dumb ass. I got my bread on Leo or Antoine. You hear me? Them two niggas they gonna be the last ones. Hey.
I guarantee you, my boys betting on this shit. Smokey, hit that favorite button. Like, share, and subscribe.
I'm telling you.
No.
Who y'all going with?
I'm going with the 9, you hear me? I'm going with Lil Woo. I'm going with Derrick Groves, you hear me?
They crazy, you know? Hell no. Yeah, I think that's about it.
Man.
Sensitive as remote. I mean, mouse.
Man, they done found one of these niggas in my hood, bro. Damn. I'm talking about helicopters out.
Shit, damn helicopter, you lying. Oh, they the police going, my bad. Oh, yeah, nigga, get the camera angle right, nigga. The hell?
Oh, shit, they found him. Wow.
I hate motherfuckers that don't know how to record. Like,
yeah, they found him right there. They put him in there.
Yeah, they was swollen on buddy.
They got the drones out, the helicopters out. One drone. That's another drone. You got the helicopter.
Boy, it's hot right now. It's hot right now, baby. You better not think of doing nothing in New Orleans right now. Shit.
Crazy, bro. Tanks. Nah, this is crazy, bro. Why?
This is crazy work, man.
Man,
and people don't even understand what they just watched right there. That's why I shut up and just started watching, because that shit deep. Shit. 10 inmates escaped. You know, they got New Orleans sold the fuck up.
So you mean to tell me all these niggas broke out of prison, right? They broke out of prison at midnight. Nobody knew they was gone until 8 a.m. in the morning. So they had an 8-hour head start on the police before they started hunting them. And then when they started hunting you, they found your ass in the crib, in your crib, bro. What type of dickhead are you? And they gonna find you on the crib with this bad ass fit. You got 8 hours head start to put on this bad fit. I hate this fit. I hate it. Yo, what? And he's not even the worst one. There's a bigger dickhead than him.
Oh, shit.
Him right here. This is Grandmaster Dickhead. How you gonna escape from prison with an 8-hour head start? and get caught on Instagram Live. What? You escape from prison and go on live with the guys? Are you stupid? So they already got the 3 group dickheads, you feel me? The other 7 look like they got some brains to them, and we're gonna see how this.
Hell no. Like people really waiting to see who's next. Wow. This is crazy, bro.
Tuesday, Jamar Robinson's family celebrated his birthday. 2 days later, they were in hiding after finding out that the man convicted of his murder had escaped from prison.
Just get all our family members out of the city. We had to get everyone out of the city. Didn't know where we was going. Where we was going. Crying, devastated.
2 of Robinson's family members spoke with us over the phone. They asked not to be named for their safety. Robinson and another man, Byron Jackson, were shot and killed on Mardi Gras in 2018. Derek Groves was arrested for their murders. Late Friday morning, someone they knew called the family and told them that a group of inmates had broken out of Orleans Justice Center. Groves was one of them.
No one notified us. No one tell us anything. You know, we had to leave work. We didn't know what was going to happen. We didn't know how Derek Groves felt like with this process of us. You know, either he was coming for us. We didn't know.
They say they went to a nearby police station and 2 officers escorted them home. They grabbed what they could, got the family's young kids, including Robinson's son, from school. Then they left. By that time, Groves had been out for hours.
We just didn't know what to do at that point. And I'm so angry with all these parents, because it's like, when I look at the news, I see the boys pulling on the door. Like, this prison was just recently built. And you mean to tell me the doors were that easy to pull apart?
And this is a family that was already exhausted. Groves was convicted of killing Robinson and Jackson in 2019, but the jury wasn't unanimous, and a Supreme Court ruling ended up throwing out the verdict because of it. The next trial in 2023 was declared a mistrial. The next one, later that year, ended with a deadlocked jury. Then, finally, in October of last year, Groves was convicted again. His sentencing was set for July.
It's just crazy. So that's not being killed. Every time we move on from this, we come out.
Now, with Groves on the run, Robinson's family is trying to figure out what to do about their jobs and the kids' school. They're planning to stay hidden while they wait for justice again.
Damn.
Rachel Handley, WWL, Louisiana.
And take a look on your screen. This is a photo of the inmates. The NOPD told us yesterday that anyone who was a witness in any of these escapees cases or has any other reason to fear one of them, they should contact them for help. And again, 3 are back in custody and have been transferred to state correctional facilities outside of New Orleans. Now, if you see any of them, you're asked to call 911 right away.
Stay tuned for updates and coverage on new cases.
Yeah, that's fucked up right there. They actually had to pack up the family and leave because they fear for their life.
Why am I seeing that all the prisoners who escaped?
Well, if you don't get your...
Bitch, who organized the getaway? Who the fuck said it was a good idea to go on ship? Bitch, who said it like this? Bitch, who said that? Bitch, one of the boys killed.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the end of this until some more updates because
You mean you escape jail and the first thing you do is go on Instagram Live?
shit wild though. But y'all like, share, and subscribe. Let me know what y'all think about that in the comment section. We the People TV. I'm gone.